The ornate design of Spain's iconic Alhambra Palace is the focus of an upcoming art and cultural benefit. Here to tell us about it is Dima Kroma. She is a visual artist and the event's guest lecturer. Good morning, Dima.
Good morning.
We are also joined by Dr. Muhamad Alhaj Moustafa. He's a hematologist and medical oncologist at Mayo Clinic who specializes in the diseases of leukemia and lymphoma. Dr. Mustafa, thanks for being here.
Thank you. And
So, Dima, you are from Syria, but you moved to the U.S. in 2010. How has that experience shaped your artwork?
So, my moving to the United States as an immigrant made me want to tell people about my home, especially because of what happened in Syria, the revolution. So, people only thought about Syria of place of war, but Syria is a beautiful place. So, I wanted to tell people where I came from and bring awareness of that wonderful culture. So, I started to paint and tell stories about Syria. And this is how I started the art. And that art was like memories was were the only thing that connected me back home when I was unable to go anymore. Thankfully, now we're able to go back, and it's going to be amazing. So yeah, that's how I started to do art here, and that's why I do art about my homeland, my culture, and currently I'm doing art about my new home. I became American a month ago,
Well,
and
congratulations.
thank you.
That's a big
And
deal.
thank you. So, in my thesis, in the MFA thesis last year, it was about my two homes, Syria and the United States.
And for people who are watching our live stream, we're looking at some of your beautiful paintings. And you really try to kind of, bridge this cultural divide, if you will, or to kind of show that there's less of a divide perhaps than some people think. But I mean, of course, Syria has an incredible cultural and artistic heritage.
Yeah.
Um, and is it important when you do lectures to kind of help people connect the dots there on the similarities between these cultures?
Yeah, sure, definitely. I always highlight the similarities between culture and art is it's a language, everybody's language. It's not like only for one area or one region in the world. So when we do art, we connect, and even if we don't speak the same language, even if we're from different cultures, we're together when we do art, and that's why I choose to do art for such events also.
And Dr. Mustafa, this is an event that's coming up. It actually is benefiting the research, that is kind of behind the medicine that you practice. So Leukemia Lymphoma Society is going to benefit from this. But why is it important to kind of have it wrapped in this nice kind of cultural eggshell, that sort of encapsulates there's going to be food, there's, this visual component. People are going to be able to produce their own art. It's a really kind of multifaceted event.
yeah, so I would say I'm a hematologist and oncologist and see all patients of cancers, right? And typically, patients with cancer not so they do not only suffer from emotional and financial and physical. They also have a lot of issues that goes on throughout their journey, and they cannot express it to other people. So with me trying to fund this Leukemia Lymphoma Society, I try to also at the same time I try to create some kind of community, some kind of culture around these events, so patients and doctors and artists um, can join these events, can talk to each other, can have some kind of fun, cultural creativity. These events, kind of I see it as supporting my patients just outside of the fundraise that I do. So that's why we're running these kind of events.
And you talk about, the needs that they have. What kind of support do they most need when they're going through these kinds of treatments, or just even when they get an initial diagnosis? It can be so troubling.
Yeah, well, initial diagnosis is very impactful on these patients, and they feel isolated. As a cancer, patient, the community around you don't understand what's going on with you. So these diagnoses impact you, physically and then emotionally, and then also many patients in our community, they suffer from financial impact of these, cancers. So what we try to do is by funding the Lymphoma Leukemia Society, they they have multiple aspects on how they support patients. First is financial assistance, also support cancer research, which is very impactful, and also a third. Um, sorry. And also third would be supporting them educationally. So the Leukemia Lymphoma Society provide a lot of educational sessions, which I run some of it. And that is very, in fact, impactful on their journey.
S Dima, this event that you're doing is going to sort of focus on the Alhambra Palace, as we said, which is just a architectural marvel, and you're going to show, some images of it and then encourage people to kind of do their own drawing. Can you just briefly tell us what you're gonna assign?
Yeah, so I'll be talking about Alhambra, some secrets, some interesting information about it, the gardens, the beautiful gardens, the amazing, mesmerizing geometric patterns there, even the ceilings. Like just it's a beautiful marvel of architecture. So I will be talking about it in a presentation, and then we'll be drawing these geometric patterns, so we connect more to this place because these patterns. Why I chose these patterns, the geometry because this precision, the repetition, the unity, the proportion, the harmony, they all together bring this mindfulness, the calm to people. So they are also connected to healing. This is connected to healing. Also, the unity, these patterns, like one of the most important aspect of these patterns is the unity. And we as a community, we need to be united for such noble causes like supporting the cancer patients.
Well, it is an event on Saturday, May 17th, and it is going to have all materials. There'll be a meal. Dima Kroma, Dr. Muhamad Alhaj Moustafa, thank you so much for being here. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.